Margaret Kuhlman of Soul Astrology. This new moon is at the very beginning of Virgo, so we have the full month with a Virgo flavour, as the sun will take 28 days to reach Libra. The sun and moon are both opposite Neptune. It's as if we're being given a clue as to how to access our inner knowing, how to be open to the wholeness of things, so that we can see the pattern behind the bits and pieces that we deal with. Not see it consciously maybe, but to know it at the heart. Our conscious thinking, represented by Mercury, also in Virgo, is opposite Chiron, perhaps focusing on the pains of the world, with Chiron and Neptune both being in Pisces, open to everything, to everyone. We have the choice to focus on the wounding, the pain, the injustice, or to focus on potential solutions, listening properly to the pain that's out there, and being somehow galvanized to do something about it with that sextile to Mars and Saturn. On the very day of the new moon, Mars connects with Saturn exactly. So this month is about how to use these two energies in conjunction, in a conscious way and through our communication. They too are focused on Chiron, so it's very likely to be the pains of miscommunication that rise. Old misunderstandings. Clearly in the present, it's very important not to be motivated by old misunderstandings. That's one way of repeating the past and misunderstanding yet again. Mars in Scorpio is a deep, enduring drive. It's our physical energy to do things, but with an emotional motivation, a determination, an intention that makes it extremely effective. Saturn tries to hold things steady, and in the face of Mars that looks a bit like the brake when the accelerator's on. So learning how to channel the amount of concern, care, involvement that we feel is a major part of getting through this month. Mercury focuses our awareness. In Virgo, it's about putting things right insofar as we know what that is or how to achieve it. But the focus is there, the intention to heal, to make things better for everyone. So Saturn is supported and supports our accessing wisdom in difficult situations. With wisdom, it's as though we can move forward more steadily, hovering our foot over the brake in case our moves are inappropriate, in case our tone has an effect that is not helpful, so that we can backtrack. Mars steps across boundaries. Saturn is capable of stopping and stepping back respectfully. So it may be a stop-go month, but it may also be a steady movement forwards, a repairing, a settling. My feeling is that it's time to focus on our own stuff, really. Getting our attitudes right, our stuff organised. Getting our home the right way round to support what we wish to do now. Rather than focusing on trying to make relationships okay, this is one of those months where I would say really make it about oneself and not about anybody else or our relationship with them. In terms of relationship, the Venus is in Leo for the first part of the month. Warm, fun, smiling, loving. And it trines Uranus on the South Node. It's about being able to be ourselves and letting other people be themselves, not trespassing on another person's domain, but rather moving forward shoulder to shoulder. Because of the serious quality of the communication and the thinking processes, the seriousness of that energy, The square between Mars and Venus can be used to just take time out from the work, as it were, and have fun. Have fun with friends. Let your friends know you still love them. And to enjoy times by yourself, perhaps. It's very much about doing what you want to do, being who you are now, and radiating that. It's bringing forward what we learned perhaps last month, and letting it be a support to the effort we need to put in this month. With that slow and steady progress, a lot can be achieved when working together with Saturn. Saturn shows us the way to do things. If we feel blocked, it's because we're going at it in the wrong way. So when there are blocks, it's not about beating your head against them. It's about stepping back, reconsidering, but keeping the focus on what feels right to be done. And in the background there is the Sun, opposite Neptune, reminding us to tune in if we really want to know what the pattern is. If we really want to know what's right for us to do, the most expansive and growthful thing in our lives, it's the heart that will tell us. The mind is the servant to the heart. At the full moon, we find the Sun opposite Chiron, so the heart resonating with the healing that needs to be done. The steady movement continues, but with Mars moving towards Sagittarius. The moon being right on Chiron suggests that we will be in touch with our own woundedness, in the sense that it's the same for all people, for life on Earth in a human body. It's being in touch with the problem of being human. Venus has moved forwards at that point and opposes the Neptune, so it's as though relationships come forward again in importance, ruling the North Node and the position of Mercury in Libra. With Mercury at right angles to Pluto, I think we may need to watch that we don't try to push for what we want, pushing other people about. Libra tries to do that generally through manipulation, through persuasion, and it's not going to work. It's more likely to be offensive. It's very much a call to tell the truth. And with the Mercury sextiling Jupiter, who quincunxes Pluto, we can see that there are definitely ways of telling the truth. The more expansive view, the more funful way of putting things that will soften any difficulties and encourage change. The change may need to be with yourself. You even may need to change your mind. So there's a need to be open and regard anything different that comes into your life as a potential addition rather than a criticism or judgment. So enjoy the changes, be open to the newness, and express the perfection of Virgo, which is to include everything in the equation so that one can move appropriately to the next moment, a living perfection. We love you no matter what you've done, even if you can't complete your chosen path. Open to yourself. Try to feel what we feel for you. Allow compassion for your pains to fill your heart. There is no pressure to perform in certain ways, except the pressure you put on yourself. There is no goal that will give you the joy you seek that is not within your sweet frame already now. Be at peace with what is.